With the start of Boruto to Blue Vortex, Boruto has gone through a great change the last time we saw him before the time skip began. After the omnipotence event activated, Boruto was quite optimistic to regain his life back despite losing everything to his name, ready to convince his master Sasuke that he is the true son of Naruto and prove his innocence by becoming stronger in order to beat his brother Kawaki. 3 years later, Boruto has clearly gone through it, as his once happy and bright self is now gone, becoming an emotionless ninja determined to get his life back. Not only is Boruto's bratty and loud nature nowhere to be seen, but his design has completely changed as he seemed to adopt Sasuke's outfit in the time skip. However, with that being said, a common murmur that has been going around with Boruto into Blue Vortex is that Boruto is apparently too edgy. Now, with the implications of the story that is ongoing right now, Boruto has clearly suffered from the after effects of the omnipotence by his attitude in the time skip. However, I do want to have this discussion in today's video since I think this is a massive misconception about Boruto's character that unfortunately is going to stick with him even though it really isn't true. So let me ask you guys this: what exactly does it mean for a character to be edgy? According to the definition of the word edgy, edgy is defined as tense, nervous, or irritable, with synonyms of the word edgy such as tense, nervous, on edge, highly strung, anxious, and apprehensive. With the definition established, does this relate to Boruto at all? And the answer is no. Boruto's first appearance post time skip was stepping on Code's face to save Sarada from being attacked. Immediately, Boruto gives off a coolness or aura to his character for his first impression into the time skip. Now, based on first looks of Boruto's design, Boruto may seem edgy, as this is what many people's first impressions was after seeing Boruto's new time skip design online. However, when you look at how Boruto acts into Blue Vortex, it's pretty clear that he acts pretty differently than how people describe him to be edgy. For Boruto to be edgy, he would have to be, well, on edge. Boruto would have to be nervous or tense about what's going on in the story, and when looking at his character, he is far from that. After arriving back in Konoha for the first time in 3 years, Boruto has a clear plan on what he wants to accomplish and is calm, cool, and collected about it. Even though he lost his identity and was branded as a traitor who killed the Hokage, Boruto doesn't seem frustrated or nervous about what's going on through this phase 3 years later as a teenager. Momoshiki was banking on Boruto to break down and lose his will to live after losing everything. However, this wasn't the case as Boruto did not give in to Momoshiki's wishes. After the time skip, Boruto has clear control over his body, and despite becoming more cold in nature, he clearly doesn't show any signs of being edgy, so to say. His dialogue is clear and concise as he explains to Sarada to help the village and even warns Code about the Ten Tails' fate. Even when Boruto fought Code and used the Rasengan Uzuhiko to beat him, Boruto didn't break character and become tense or emotional when beating up Code. And while fighting him, Boruto even displayed mercy as he warned Code multiple times that he will kill him if he doesn't withdraw his Ten Tails army. And even when Code doesn't listen to him and Boruto adds the Rasengan Uzuhiko to destroy Code on the inside of his body, Boruto still gives an option of mercy to Code. And despite adding a planetary level attack to Code that will continue to use the planet's spin to make the earth shake, Boruto still gives an option to rescind the Uzuhiko to save Code's life. Even in the face of battle where Boruto may have almost gotten killed by Code when they fought 2 years ago off screen, Boruto still chooses to give Code a chance to live despite having the odds stacked against him with Code, the Ten Tails, Kawaki, and the entire Leaf Village opposing him. This is far from being edgy in my opinion, as if Boruto was truly nervous, irritable, or anxious, Boruto would have destroyed Code in a much more brutal way, as even though he destroyed Code, he did it in the most casual way possible, by giving multiple warnings to back off, giving multiple warnings while in battle, and even giving a mercy rule to Code, all contradicts this Boruto is too edgy criticism. It's very ironic to me that people say this about Boruto's character now, since the most popular thing to downplay Boruto back in part 1 was that he was a brat. And while this was true, Boruto quickly overcame his bratty-like nature after the battle against Momoshiki and became very mature within a span of 1 year after the events of the Chunin exams. Yet the same people who say this about Boruto's character never really acknowledge this growth from Boruto's character, unfortunately. And to be honest with you, I usually never talk about people's bad takes about Boruto's character, but just like how people still think Boruto is a spoiled brat in 2023, the next time they see Boruto, who is now a teenager, the new take about Boruto is that he's just too edgy. The funniest part about this take is that this contradicts Boruto's character arc, as he quickly establishes himself as a very mature character just for a 12-year-old boy. In the face of death multiple times, Boruto has taken on challenges where he has risked his life and even died to accomplish his mission. For example, Boruto willing to stab himself in the throat in the Ishiki battle to prevent himself from getting fed to the Ten Tails, and Boruto allowing Kawaki to kill him to stop Momoshiki from rampaging any further. And Boruto has taken more appreciation of being a shinobi, as this is something that he has always relied on, even when in a difficult predicament. Even after being branded as a traitor of the village, Boruto still took pride in being a shinobi despite being forced to become a rogue ninja. And 3 years later, it's clear that Boruto hasn't stepped away from being a shinobi by developing new techniques, such as Kenjutsu and a brand new Rasengan that incorporates the planet's chakra. I think it's clear that Boruto has displayed to be far from edgy in his nature so far into Blue Vortex. Yes, he may look edgy, so to say, based on his design, but his character isn't emotionally frustrated nor on edge anytime so far in the time skip. A character that you could label as edgy is Boruto's contemporary, Kawaki. Ever since Kawaki was introduced into the series, Kawaki has always been on edge and nervous due to his upbringing and pain that the Kara organization brought onto him. He was constantly lashing out and trying to confront others due to his edgy nature and how he grew up under Jigen and eventually under Naruto's care, and even under Naruto's nurture, and becoming more humane as a person after finally having the ability to feel loved by someone and having a purpose in his own life. Kawaki still displayed a character that is tense and on edge. For example, when Jigen came to the leaf to retrieve Kawaki, Kawaki became extremely desperate and tense to stop Naruto from being potentially killed by Jigen. And once Naruto was teleported away by Jigen, Kawaki broke down and became extremely emotional from potentially losing a loved one. Another example would be when Kawaki tried to kill Boruto but failed, which forced the entire village to hunt him down. Kawaki then has an emotional breakdown explaining that he has to kill his brother to save Naruto, which would mean becoming a traitor for killing the Hokage's son, which is something he knows nobody is just willing to do. Kawaki then degrades himself, saying that he is pathetic and doesn't care about himself, and at a last-ditch effort, he activates the omnipotence via Ada, which fortunately saves him where he throws Boruto under the bus for killing the Hokage. And let me be clear, being edgy doesn't make someone a bad character, but it does define a character based on their actions that they went through, such as with Kawaki and Sasuke, but this doesn't define Boruto as a character, as he doesn't portray any of these traits. And while Boruto has shown moments of being tense and irritable in the past, he quickly embraces the shinobi way and remains stoic despite being on the verge of death or when the odds are stacked against him. In chapter 3 of Blue Vortex, after beating up Code, Boruto was determined to find the Ten Tails to destroy the main body. Even after returning back home for the first time in 3 years and seeing his family and friends, such as with Sarada and Himawari, Boruto still remained focused on the task at hand by stopping the Ten Tails. And even when talking to Kawaki, who Boruto looks at as his own brother, Boruto doesn't get emotional about the person who stole his entire identity in the story. I think this displays Boruto's maturity perfectly, as even though Boruto has been through many moments that would break other characters in the story, such as with Sarada who fell to her knees after hearing that Naruto was killed, Boruto has taken on these darker moments head on as a shinobi without breaking down or showing any sign of weakness. Now we could see moments of weakness or on edge moments from Boruto during the 3-year time skip that we haven't seen yet. We know that Boruto and Code fought 2 years earlier off screen, where it is implied that Code beat Boruto, where he had to run away or else he would have died. The biggest question I have right now is, where was Sasuke during all of this? We know he was by Boruto's side when they left the village together heading into the time skip, so did Code kill Sasuke off screen, or maybe did one of the claw grimes bit him where he became incapacitated by turning into a tree? Personally, I still think he's still alive somewhere, but my biggest concern is how come Boruto has all of Sasuke's apparel? Boruto has his clothes and katana, and I doubt Boruto and Sasuke went to Goodwill to get a black coat and a katana. Most likely Sasuke has passed down his outfit to Boruto since he has grown up. Maybe Sasuke got a new outfit or was actually killed off screen by Code, where Boruto took over the reins of the Shadow Hokage. Obviously, if that were to actually happen, Boruto would have suffered greatly, which hasn't been shown yet, and most likely would have Boruto fiending to kill Code, since he was the one who killed his master. Regardless, Boruto clearly hasn't let any of that get to him on whatever happened during this period, as he is fixed on stopping the Ten Tails. And so far, Boruto has kept the same stoic face regardless of the people that he is seeing for the first time in years, such as with family and friends. If the Ten Tails become stronger, rises up and destroys the village by hurting close ones of Boruto, such as Himawari for example, Boruto could potentially snap. However, Boruto's nature has never been like that, even when he's witnessed close ones get hurt or even get killed. For example, during the Vessel arc where Mugino was killed by Ao, Boruto Boruto cried after witnessing one of his comrades die in the anime, and even though Boruto got his get back by beating up Ao, he gave Ao an ultimatum to survive and not go for the kill to get revenge for Mugino's death. A character that would act out of revenge would be his brother Kawaki, as this was perfectly shown in the Code arc. After Momoshiki awakened from Boruto suffering a heart attack in the battle against Code, Momoshiki almost killed Naruto with their Rasengan, but thankfully Kawaki absorbed it using his karma. Because of this, Kawaki became incredibly bloodlusted to kill Momoshiki since he was going to end Naruto's life, and we all know how Kawaki feels about Naruto. That being said, Kawaki is still trying to end Boruto since he still poses a threat to Naruto, and even though Naruto is sealed away currently, Kawaki is stone set on killing Boruto no matter what. Whereas with Boruto, he doesn't care about stopping Kawaki or Code currently, even though they are both actively trying to kill him and both have ruined his life. And I don't think this will change with Boruto anytime soon, as his stoic nature will only continue as he has a cool factor behind him. Whatever happens in the future, Boruto most likely will follow Code to stop the Ten Tails, as he knows the exact location of where the Ten Tails main body is at. So let me know how you guys feel about this video in the comment section below. Do you think Boruto is actually edgy? As I personally believe that people are mischaracterizing Boruto by labeling him this way, and unfortunately people are going to see Boruto this way on how people labeled Kid Boruto as bratty, despite maturing very quickly in the story. Boruto will go through more hardship as he is going to face even greater threats in the future with the Ten Tails, Kawaki, and even Code if he manages to get even more powerful, despite being the biggest fraud in the series. So let me know how you guys feel about all of that in the comment section below. So if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell as well, and have a good day. Peace.